on the burden of proof, right? People want to know, how are your products, how are your workouts, even how are your living and work spaces really going to benefit them? And so you see these companies that now have to bridge that gap between the increase in demand and the increase for proof. So he asked a few of the people who were at the front lines of the most innovative companies that really are science-backed, how they did it, how did they convince people that what they had was worth it? So I want to introduce you to some of those people, but before I do that, Ruth Reardon, she's going to introduce you to them and lead that discussion for us. She reports on tech companies and tech startups at Fast Company, which is a national magazine about business innovation. So please welcome Ruth.
Hello, there we go. Hey, good morning everyone, how are you doing? Pretty okay? I haven't had coffee either, so I'm with you, okay? So let me first welcome to the stage Billy Whitehouse. She is the founder and CEO of Wearable Experiments, a very cool company. She makes apparel with sensors built in, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about that right there. Right here? Yep. Can I get Kurt Seidensticker to the stage? Kurt is the founder and CEO of a company called Vital Proteins, which is a maker of supplements from animal proteins, all sustainably, ethically sourced. Can I next get Robin Shapiro to the stage? Robin works with a very cool project called The Low Line, which is working on growing plants underground, which sounds really crazy, right? But it's also sort of based around creating these suburban, to say suburban, but not in the way that you would think of suburban, but underground parks. And she's going to explain a little bit about why that's important to our overall wellness. And then I have Dan Reardon, who's on a company called Fitness Genes, which uses your DNA to sort of develop fitness regimens and nutritional plans for you. And then finally, Jasmina Aganovich. And she works she's the founder, I should say, of Mother Dirt, which is a skincare line that uses bacteria to sort of bring health back to your skin. So starting off, what I would love for all of you to do is sort of give me a little bit of a bio about yourselves, how you got into this, and a little bit more about the products. And we'll just go right down the line. We'll start with Billy.
Fabulous. First of all, thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure to share the panel with you all. My name's Billy Whitehouse. I'm the CEO of Wearable X. Wearable X is an apparel company that builds sensors into our clothing. We have been doing this now for 5 years. And we really started with something that was a little less traditional. We were the founders and the creators of a product called Foundermade. This is vibrating underwear for couples in long-distance relationships. Also very important to your wellness. And since then, we really figured out how to articulate touch on the skin and what that can mean for your wellness. So we're now working on a yoga line called Nadi X, where we use sensors and haptic feedback, which is vibration, on the body to help correct your form. So as you're moving into a pose, the pants know what pose you're moving into, and the pants will give you a direction on how to do that pose correctly. I'm wearing some, and some of my team is wearing some, and if you have any questions about that product in particular, ask us.
Go for it.
Thank you. I'm the founder and CEO of Vital Proteins. My story started about 5 years ago when I'm an avid runner and I was in my mid-40s, and I started realizing that my body wasn't able to recover as quickly. I was no longer able to run. And I started actually looking at my diet to try to identify what was missing in my diet, what was in my diet that was actually contributing to this issue. And I really came across collagen as a very important supplement that had been stripped out of our diets. And so I set out on a goal to build a company that was really about incorporating collagen back into our diets.
Hi everyone, I'm Robin Shapiro and I'm Deputy Director of The Low Line. The Low Line, for those of you who don't know, is an effort to build the world's first underground park in New York in this abandoned trolley terminal. And the way we're able to build a park underground is through this new type of solar technology, where we're essentially channeling sunlight above ground and bringing it into the interior of the space. Right now we actually have this test lab that we're operating. Some of you were there last night. And everyone can come check this out, a little bit more about what I mean. And that's open on the weekends in the Lower East Side if you want see it. So this is a project that we've been at for a number of years now. We're still yet to open, but adding sort of an acre park space underground in a way that's never been done before in a city like New York definitely takes some time. And when I'm not working on building an underground park, I actually also just founded a food company that has snack foods that incorporate high protein crickets into them. Thanks.
I'm Dr. Dan Reardon. Thank you for inviting me. And I'm the CEO and co-founder of Fitness Genes. So we're a genetic testing company where we specialise in looking for gene variations that give us information about how best we can predict how you should exercise and eat depending on what your goals are. The idea really arose from a long history in fitness. I'm a medical doctor by background. I was a clinical doctor for 10 years. And developed a bit of an obsession for trying to understand why all the tens and hundreds of thousands of fitness plans and nutrition plans that exist in the world, why is it that with the same level of effort people just get such variable results? And it turns out that genetics plays quite a significant part in that. So we built a company where we understand that and we can now sort of really give people guidance on how best they can achieve their goals.
Hi everyone, I'm Jasmina, and to tell you a little bit more about Mother Dirt and my background, I'm an MIT trained chemical and biological engineer, and I was always fascinated by personal care and skincare. So most of my career has been within the skincare industry and hair care. I worked at a company that you might have heard of, Fresh, as well as a company called Living Proof. And I've always been fascinated by telling more technical stories through brands and products. With Mother Dirt, we built this brand around a type of live bacteria that once existed on our skin but has been removed with modern hygiene and the dramatic shift in our lifestyles, essentially not spending nearly as much time outdoors as we once used to. And we've created a line of products that are meant to restore this bacteria back to the skin and other products that help maintain that bacteria there, so essentially have a neutral effect on that ecosystem of the skin. And simultaneously, another part of our company is working on clinical research, so really trying to understand the role of this microorganism in potentially helping with several inflammatory skin disorders that have ironically been on the rise, even though we've been cleaner than ever and certainly had more products to choose from than ever.
Awesome, thank you guys. So the first question I want to start out with, because we do have such a wide variety of companies here representing wellness, is how, especially in 2017, do you think that you define wellness? And I actually want to start with Robin.
Oh, wow. I think sort of, we were talking about this before, I think wellness is really sort of the combination of sort of overall health in relation to sort of diet and sort of physical exercise. How it sort of relates to us with the Lowline, I mean, essentially we're creating sort of a 4-season outdoor park in a city that definitely has seasons. So when developing the Lowline, we're sort of thinking about a few different things. We're thinking about how we can sort of benefit the wants and needs of people in the neighborhood. So that has driven us to look at a recent sort of needs statement that comes out, looking at a lot of the sort of public health issues that people are dealing with, but also things like employment and education that are needed in the area too. And how this whole kind of overall idea of being able to be in an open space all 4 seasons can, yes, benefit us, in the wellness category. So realize that I took a bit of a tangent there, but wanted to connect it to my project too.
Does anybody else want to jump in on that?
I mean, I would agree. Wellness, it's an open-ended term. It combines both your living environment, your space, as well as your diet. But it's a combination of your mind as well. So you have to nourish your mind, you have to nourish your body, and it's really about feeling your best, being the best self that can be, and that's a combination of many different attributes from your diet, from your space, from exercise.
I think one of the things that, because I've essentially worn 2 hats in my life as a medical doctor and working in fitness, what I really started to understand was that people have different definitions of wellness. So probably for most people in this room, our definition of wellness is body, mind, and soul, and it's essentially a platform upon which we can achieve certain health-related goals. But for a lot of people out there, it's simply, wellness simply means the absence of disease. So for people that aren't engaged in fitness, nutrition, all the body, mind, and soul concepts that we all develop, it's really about not being well. And that gives us great opportunities in the wellness world to build all these incredibly personalised products that we can eventually deliver into a category of people who perhaps aren't engaged in wellness.
I mean, I said that if we called it the absence of disease, no one would engage in it. Just because I think it, from a marketing perspective, if we are going to have effect on this wellness space, we do need to give it this very delicate and emotionally approachable term. Otherwise, it becomes a little bit stark and scary.
I think it's perhaps what other people interpret as meaning. So within the biggest percentage of the population, it is interpreted, well, again, from my background in medicine, it generally gets interpreted as the absence of disease. Whereas, again, we're in a privileged position to be very engaged in an incredible industry where we can essentially define the definition and then hopefully start thinking about re-delivering it into the people who perhaps don't understand what it is that we do in our world.
So I think along these lines of sort of both the sort of growing perception that health is more than just non-disease, right? We've seen the emergence of a lot of technologies to help us be more healthy. And I'm really curious, and I know this is not everyone's specialty, but I can't imagine that you don't think about it. It's just, there are a lot of fitness trackers, we have more health data than ever. What do you think about that? Do you think it's being used effectively right now? And what are your perceptions on health trackers for consumer use? Go for it, Billy.
I would love to. I think that there's an overload of data, and I think that the general consumer doesn't actually care about data. I think the only way to really activate change is to create an experience and a habit at which someone engages with it every day and or 3 times a week, whatever your habit might be. That's hopefully what we're going to do at Wearable X. But I think from a bigger perspective, everyone knows what the adoption rate of particular activity devices are. It lasts about a month and then people put them in the drawer, they don't necessarily use them again. So what we now have to think about is how do we make that data more emotionally intelligent? How do we make it more personalized? And I realize that's a hype word as well. But how do you actually affect change? And that to me it's the marketer's jobs, it's education's job, it's the government's job to start doing that.
I think the really cool thing with trackers is that generally it reduces the barrier of entry to fitness. So companies like Fitbit who are creating these kind of more fashionable products, people are buying them for fashion reasons, but when they start seeing they can compete with their friends on simple things like counting steps, you essentially lower that barrier for them to start thinking about fitness and nutrition. So perhaps there's some incredibly smart people out there who can start playing with data, but actually I like the idea of just products that just get people involved that perhaps ordinarily wouldn't be involved.
I think too, wellness analytics basically is your ability to collect data and actually draw a correlation between your lifestyle and actual hard numbers. You can actually go back and look and say, hey, for example, I went hiking in Norway this summer and hiked like 150 miles and lost a lot of weight. But I had an iPhone or an Apple Watch tracking the data, tracking my steps. I have a scale at home that feeds data into my iPhone. And now, in the past, it's just assumptions, but now you have actually good data that says lifestyle changes actually modify and help you be a better self. So.
Can I pose a question? What is good data? Because that is actually, for me, that's a huge problem with what activity trackers are doing right now, is that wrist device really isn't a proper understanding of how your body works. It's amazing that your steps were counted.
I think good data means to each individual person. So I think we're still at an early stage of collecting this data, and I think over the next few years it'll become more meaningful. So there'll be a whole set of sensor data that we can collect and look at how it impacts our lives.
I think there's some amazing systems now that exist. Just think about things like IBM Watson. The more data we can feed in, Watson might be irrelevant at the moment. We'll be able to start asking questions that we never thought we'd be able to ask. Think about fitness sheets, for example. We gather ridiculous amounts of data, and the sort of the process of discovery within our own user base is phenomenal. And I think that I think Peter Thiel said it best when he said, think big data, think fraud, but actually When we start really thinking about what we can do with it and be sort of really niche for those ideas, I think it's incredible.
So what I think I'm hearing is that in part, it lowers the barrier to entry for some in terms of changing, but for others, maybe it becomes the thing they buy and throw away and it doesn't really impact them. So I wonder on that front, especially for all of you, how are you thinking about reaching your audience who invariably has a different idea of A, what wellness is, and also, they have their own sort of barriers to entry, and so how do you sort of go about tackling those?
I can go ahead and
Please.
Start with this one. So, generally we're seeing, when we talk about this idea of wellness, I think it's this fundamental shift in mindset. It's perfection is out and balance is in, and we're starting to see those sorts of trends permeate through a variety of different industries. And in creating Mother Dirt, we had a lot of discussion around really what the role of the science and the information would be when connecting with users. So as we went about building this brand, we made the very conscious decision to kind of lead with emotion and more fundamental human connection points, and to keep science essentially on the back label. We talked about it as front label, back label exercise. And we believed that was really important because we wanted to make sure we set ourselves up so that we could reach beyond an early adopter audience that was really into kind of the technical side of what we were doing, the ammonia oxidizing bacteria and nitrite and nitric oxide and all that stuff. But we wanted to reach beyond that audience. But at the same time, we knew we couldn't reach the mass audience. So we wanted to make sure that the brand was built in a way that we could grow into a mass brand, but it wasn't necessarily targeted towards a mass audience immediately. We wanted it to stand for something really strong, hence the name Mother Dirt, that has kind of a very kind of stamp feel, and it kind of makes you think, who do I like that? What is that? And it sticks with you. Generally, we thought that would be a really good vehicle to connect with people and stand out in their mind for people that are already thinking in this direction of wellness, and give us room to grow.
A real quick follow-up for you. I wonder how much, or how you're dealing with sort of the fear-mongering around bacteria, because there's a lot of people who's they don't go anywhere without their antibacterial sprays and hand lotions, and I wonder how you think about that.
Yeah, it's when you tell someone, convince people to spray bacteria on their skin, especially after everything that we've been trained to do since we're little. A child is born and the first thing that's done is they're taken over to the sink and washed with soap. So cleanliness and sterility is kind of a stamp of our generation. However, there are really important shifts that are taking place. I think that relate really, really well into wellness. I think people are noticing that there is this irony of being cleaner than ever, and yet we have more allergies and skin issues than ever. And so we knew that there was this chord that the public was already kind of strumming on, and we wanted to make sure that we could tap into that. And it's ultimately the branding and the messaging that you use to be able to connect with people to navigate this. It was a very delicate balancing act of a variety of things. We wanted to be true to our science, but not lead with the science. We wanted to build trust, but not be alienating. We wanted to be friendly, but not too friendly so that we weren't taken seriously. And so that was why it took us essentially a year to build the brand around this as a product. But at the same time, we consciously chose not to shy away from bacteria. We full on embraced it, hence dirt being in our name. Who the heck would want to spray dirt on their skin? But it was a really important part of the conversation that we wanted to have. And fundamentally, you can't shift perceptions around wellness or public health if you try and kind of mask really what it is, what you're doing.
So I think one of the interesting things as well is having a clear idea about what the problem is that you're trying to solve, and then it's very easy to know who you're trying to work with. Because when we first set up, our original name was Muscle Genes, and that just came out of an obsession with trying to figure out how you build muscle based on their genetics. And ultimately, we then start to get a really good understanding of fat loss as well from the genetic perspective. And then over the years, we've kind of filtered down from being this product that was really engaged in, say, bodybuilding, physique, bikini, and all that sort of stuff, into a product now where many of our customers have never had any involvement in fitness or nutrition whatsoever. But they're so confused by the million diets that exist and the million workouts that exist that they're looking for a platform upon which they can make a decision on what they should be doing. And so I think in the early stages, being very targeted with the niche and knowing what you're going to solve makes it quite easy to actually get to people.
Yeah, and for us, building a park, we're sort of a different category than the other panelists. But one of the things that we're trying to do is to really realize that people are sort of increasingly living in urban environments. We need spaces to go. So we're talking a lot about what the onus is on the individual to have, let's just say, a healthier lifestyle, but thinking on sort of city development level, what sort of like services and amenities can be offered to more easily allow healthier behavior in people's lives. So that's how the introduction of a kind of full season park can help us. But one of the things that we've been trying to do is really just do a lot of listening. So like I said, we're operating this lab space right now, and we host a ton of different free programming on the weekend. And that programming is everything from talks like this, maybe a little bit smaller, to different educational workshops. But there has been a lot of demand and interest for things in the wellness space. Actually, Marte is going to be speaking a little later today. He's done a few sort of workout sessions in the space. We've done yoga. There is a big Chinatown falls within the Lower East Side area where the Low Line is. You might have passed people if you frequent that area doing Tai Chi outside in the summer. This is a really sort of important part of people's not just kind of health regimen, but also culture. So we've offered Tai Chi in the Low Line, yoga, meditation, and there's just sort of a demand for this. So that's also sort of why we're doing it, in addition to adding open space. And I think oftentimes you say you can't be everything to everyone, but that is actually what we're trying to do, because this is a park for all New Yorkers, and we want to be inclusive for what everyone sort of wants to see. So when trying to sort of reach people, which was your first question, we just sort of try to get out there every way we can and make people know that it's open and it's meant for them. Thanks.
So I want to ask one last question because we are running low on time. And this one is a bit more of a brainstorm, but I want you all to think about, okay, if you had an opportunity to reinvent home economics, remember that? Did any of you take home economics? I don't think they have it anymore, but maybe they still do. Anyway, if you could reinvent that as a wellness class, right, and incorporate wellness into like the public education sector, what would that look like to you? What would that syllabus look like?
So, I mean, back to your original question, you have to define what wellness is. And I think that has to be a personal quest, because I think it is different for everyone. For me, it is definitely not the absence of disease. And so that, to me, would be a very different journey, and it would be about mind, body, soul, spirit, and there would be meditation included. And I certainly would have yoga classes, and I would love to roll around in the dirt. Like, those things are definitely going to be part of like the education program if I had my ideal scenario.
Yeah, I would like to have, you think about kids, they're educated, they take a PE class, but they don't really understand why they're doing it, they just know they have to do it, right? A wellness class should really focus on, hey, here's some diet options for you. And almost do it as a lab, say, okay, try this diet, see how it makes you feel versus this diet. Really let them understand the feedback between really good nutrition and how it makes them feel individually versus poor nutrition.
I like this question. I would have like a life skills class. I don't think that that's taught as much. And actually, I met this teacher who was from Sweden, and that was they teach that there. And I think wellness affects every single area of your life. So in my sort of imaginary class, there would be everything from sort of meditation to even knowing what it means to have sort of a clean sort of environment when you're a kid and most parents are kind of helping to clean for you, to cooking. Wish cooking was taught more in school and the importance of that, and just sort of overall sort of live better.
I think one of the things that I really want to do is try and understand more the children that perhaps aren't interested in going out and exercising and who are choosing perhaps foods that aren't best for them. I'd like to understand some of the reasons why. So classically, we see a few things where very overweight children who believe that they should be good at sports. But actually, if you start looking at them genetically, their issues is they store energy really well. So actually, if they were engaged more, they'd be great endurance athletes, they'd be great, football players and stuff like that. So I want to just understand the children who aren't engaged more before I start to think about what that wellness curriculum would look like, because it's going to be very different to the wannabe football star compared to the guy who doesn't come from a family background of sports people. So I just want to get a real broad understanding of the reasons why that works.
How would you build a sort of, I want you to jump in too, but how would you sort of build out a more broad curriculum to like help them all understand that there's not one type?
I think, I mean, I guess if you know, in the world at the moment, if you look at a lot of the really successful companies, people that are living lives where perhaps they're a little bit more balanced, there's a massive, well, it revolves massively around fitness and wellness, and understanding that you've got to exercise, you've got to eat, and so perhaps start looking at the ambitions of the children and start projecting where you can potentially be in the world, and how you need to incorporate a healthy mind, a healthy body, and a healthy soul.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time in high school teaching our kids about their career, their future, right? They're taking SAT tests, they're doing career decision tests, trying to figure out what they want to do in life, and we're leaving them like, really it's all about wellness, right? You want to live a happy, productive life, but you also want to be, kind of your best self. So I like the idea of testing. Like you spend so much time and money on SAT tests, find out more about the individual and really help them understand themselves as well.
I think ultimately, given that we know we're moving in the direction of personalisation, even in education, people are talking about more and more about personalised approaches to education. I think to broadly build around the wellness curriculum, wellness is too broad. I think actually what we need to look at are what are the tools that can personalise that curriculum more, understand people better. I guarantee we deliver something incredible. And that's the great thing about the wellness work, because we're all so individual, the companies that we build, that if we all team up and work together, we can crack the problems of society and make them.
Jasmine, I bet you have a lot to say about this.
Yeah, no, I'll be fast. I think to recap what everyone has mentioned. Robin mentioned life skills, and I would be, in my mind, when I think about this, I would be even more specific to talk about mindfulness and resilience, because just like Kurt was saying, we spend so much time teaching kids, very specific academic, rigorous things and standardized testing and things along those lines. But we don't teach them how to cope with challenging times in their life, or how to persevere, how to interact with very extreme sort of personalities, and all of these things have a tremendous impact on how we view the world. So that I think would be one part of it, and then the other part, the image that comes to mind. I don't know if any of you know of this school called the Little Seed School in Oregon. They have a big portion of their curriculum is an outdoor curriculum. It's, I think, a preschool or a kindergarten school. And if you want to follow them on Instagram, I highly recommend it. It is incredible what they do with these children. And a huge portion of their curriculum is outdoors. So they have animals, they have plants. They do teach them about horticulture. They teach them about the soil. They teach them about the importance of being outdoors. And I truly wonder what the long-term effects of that would be for these children, just recognizing the importance of Mother Nature in their lives and learning to appreciate it from a really young age. So it would be some sort of a hybrid of those two. Yes, yeah.
Sort of this both life skills, a lot of outdoors, and then also some element of personalization. One thing I do wonder about the personalization is sort of how more people and kids can get access to some of that stuff, because it's hard, I think, at that level, the public school level. But maybe one day we can make that more available. Anyway, thank you all, and thank you all of my panelists up here. You did a wonderful job, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of Foundermade.
A big round of applause. I really loved what you all were saying in terms of perfection versus balance, and I was fascinated in what Dr. Reardon was saying about access. That's a huge element of I think, this thing. I used to live in South Africa, and so I was listening to what you said, and it kind of jerked me back for a minute, remembering what a luxury this is, to be able to really define wellness as not only health, but really take it a step beyond that, because where we were living, you were fighting to survive. Even in parts of Appalachia here in the United States, I do lots of stories on drug overdoses and heroin, and the idea of wellness, it's so foreign because people are really kind of on the day-to-day wellness. So the reality of it is we're getting ready to start our next panel, so thank you so much. Here we know that this industry generates billions of dollars every single year. And the idea is that we have to really consider what we're looking for when we're beginning to invest in those companies. And that raises a series of questions. How to empower the next generation of businesses? How do we really begin to evaluate market trends? And how do we identify those complicated and often competitive barriers to industries? So we want to bring in Jason Haber. He is a serial and social entrepreneur. His experience ranges from business to politics to academia, technology. He actually co-founded Rubicon Property back in 2010. He was an adjunct professor here in New York at John Jay University. He got his BA in political